These child actors weeping and crying on all the other networks 24/7 right now.
Bueno, aquí tenemos una orquesta.
How do you deal with liars? Honestly, how do you deal with actual liars? Earlier this week, the DHS secretary tweeted that this administration doesn't have a policy of separating children at the border. This is a lie. A bald-faced lie. Here's a highlight reel of videos confirming that it's a lie. And this is what the government saw fit to release. They don't care that these are concentration camps. They want you to know because it's a deterrent.
Our Department of Homeland Security personnel going to separate the children from their moms and dads.
Yes, I am considering, in order to deter more movement along this terribly dangerous network, I am considering exactly that.
This is John Kelly a year ago when he was the Department of Homeland Security secretary. Now, John Kelly's opinion on cruel and racist policies hasn't changed over the course of a year, just like my dedication to calling those who dare steal video game valor on my Instagram and Twitch. Video gaming is service, and you should thank me for it. But what did change is how we treat liars. It used to be that when you were caught red-handed in a lie, you had to own up to the fact that you lied. But not in 2018, baby. Just double the down, or move the goalposts and claim that the law has always been that way, that you can seek asylum but just at a port of entry.
This administration has a simple message. If you cross the border illegally, we will prosecute you. If you are seeking asylum, go to a port of entry.
Which are ports of entry where we still separate families, mind you, because maybe they're not actually families. Maybe they are super immigrant babies coming to kill us all, or maybe they're just crisis actors?
Do not fall for it, Mr. President. These kids are being
I'm so sorry, we have to go.
They're given scripts to read by liberals.
Now listen here, you bag of fermented horse. If you're gonna defend white supremacy on national television, the least you can do is give us a new take. You already wrote a book about how the 9/11 victims were crisis actors. And another piece of bullshit that I love is Obama did this too, but no one talked about it, which is partially true when you talk about mainstream media, but it doesn't change the main point that this is still bad. Also, how come Trump made it a signature promise to dismantle everything Obama did, but then decided to keep this Obama-era policy? Maybe it's not about Obama at all, but about coddling some Americans who feel threatened that immigrants are coming to take their jobs.
They took our job!
But just for the record, just so there's no confusion here, the current government policy is to separate children from their families at the border as a deterrent for future immigration. That's what it is. That's what's happening. And now we have detention facilities lining the border that are prisons for children. And Republicans actually like this policy, but they don't want to come across as offensive and inhumane, even though these policies are offensive and inhumane. And Republicans know that they're inhumane. That's why they're desperately throwing any excuse they can come up with against the wall to see what might stick to shield them from having to admit how draconian and inhumane what they're doing is.
If you are smuggling a child, then we will prosecute you, and that child may be separated from you as required by law.
You put the policy together, my guy. You have all the power in the world to decide whether to exercise it or not. So how do you deal with someone who approaches you from this angle? Well, you deal with it by sharing this video, and then you deal with it by holding the government accountable and by demanding your representatives make change.